All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the Occult Gaming channel with me, your host, Bella. All right. Um, so I had a video yesterday about the recent announcement of a Soul Reaver graphic novel or prequel graphic novel entitled The Dead Shall Rise. Got a couple of views on that, and I did recommend you guys check out the Nosgoth News Network's video on the topic instead. So hopefully you guys did check that out. I wanted to follow that up today because my video yesterday was about 6 minutes, and I just kind of covered the announcement in its totality, like the main points. However, I did gloss over this very important paragraph here, which gives us even more details into the content of the graphic novel, what we can expect from the story. And I did want to go over that because these are some very important points here. So I want to talk about that in a little bit more detail today, because I think this is very important. This is going to determine quite a few people's enjoyment with the content, because the Legacy of Kain fandom has a bit of a divide in terms of what they want going forward. I believe most of us want a continuation of the story of Kain and Raziel and how they will either save Nosgoth or maybe fail at saving Nosgoth. However that turns out, we're most interested in the story of Kain and Raziel and their ties to Nosgoth. That's what most of the fandom is looking forward to experiencing. There is problems with this, however. Most of the cast from the original series, I'm not going to say most, but quite a lot of the popular characters from the original series have passed on. And the voice actors have aged quite a bit. And the series writer, the one who helmed the bulk of the series, she is with another company. So if we can't get Amy Hennig back, then this whole era, this whole saga here, the stuff that we actually want, we're probably better off not getting it. Unless we get a very passionate, very skilled writer to finish it with the blessing and or assistance of Amy Hennig. So that would be ideal if we want to continue this particular era of the series. However, I do see a sort of push for new characters. And that's probably, if we want the series to continue, we're probably going to have to accept new characters into the series. But most of the people in the fandom don't really want that. But anyway, let's go over the points here of this particular paragraph, because this has all the information here about the details of this graphic novel, what's released so far. Or is it this paragraph, or is it? Yes, this is the paragraph. Okay. So it says that the book flashes back to Raziel's human past self as a Seraphim warrior, which is a very interesting era of Raziel's life. In Soul Reaver and Defiance, we get to experience Raziel's life initially as a wraith. Well, with the opening cutscene, initially as a vampire, the end of his life, and then he's brutally murdered by Kain, thrown into the abyss, and he's resurrected as a wraith, and that's how we mostly know Raziel. It's kind of a ghostly vampire, if you will. And later on in Soul Reaver 2, we learned that even before he was a vampire, Raziel was kind of a holy warrior tasked with destroying vampires. And in some sort of cruel irony, Kain profaned his corpse and turned him into a vampire. Well, we actually learned that in Soul Reaver 1, but we get to see that play out in Soul Reaver 2. And towards the end of Soul Reaver 2, you actually learn that Seraphim warrior / human Raziel is quite a bit of a bastard. He's Raziel's possibly most villainous form. He's the one who is responsible for killing Janos Aldrin, taking his heart. And he is the central antagonist for Soul Reaver 2. He is your final boss. Your final boss is Raziel's human self, and you fight him as this overpowered wraith version of Raziel equipped with the Soul Reaver sword. So that was kind of a crazy subversive boss fight. You play as Raziel equipped with the Soul Reaver against his human self. It's a bit of a stomp there. It's a bit of a weird choice because Raziel was essentially invincible with the Soul Reaver sword, so it was a weird choice, but it was an awesome narrative moment. But we get the experience in this graphic novel, human Raziel as he becomes a vampire under Kain. So this is really cool. We get to see these two eras of Raziel that were kind of briefly touched on before. So I'm looking forward to that. So the next main point here is also, you know, something really interesting to me, is that the goal here is that we are going to be answering some long-running questions about the Legacy of Kain series and mythos. Additionally, I believe down here they mentioned that they're going to be using unreleased elements of the Soul Reaver lore, some stuff that hasn't been, you know, digested or even seen by the public. Perhaps maybe the fandom has, you know, uncovered some of this stuff with data mining, maybe. But that's what Crystal Dynamics are saying. Maybe it's some stuff they haven't, you know, that wasn't even in the games yet. Maybe it's some stuff that's in some developer diaries, developer bibles, things like that. So this has me most intrigued, this using the series lore, unused elements, and continuing with that has me the most intrigued. In introducing new, and this is the third thing here, that they're going to be introducing a new vampire character with close ties to both Kain and Raziel. So this is the thing that's going to make a lot of fans of the series nervous, because I hate to say it, a lot of fans of the series are a little too harsh when it comes to new stuff. Legacy of Kain Dead Son, for instance, that showed me quite a bit about the fandom in terms of being open to new experiences. Because with that game, I was open to it. I was willing to see what they do with it. You know, just kind of diving into the series. I'm kind of thirsty. I'm kind of parched. I'm kind of starving for new series content. That's not to say I'm going to accept anything, but if you can pull something off and you could put it in this world and make it convincing, I'm there for it. Let's just see how it goes. I'm not gonna, you know, preemptively cancel you because it's not exactly something that I want. So I think this fandom has a bit of that in it, where they, you know, where they kind of call for blood when something isn't what they want it to be. So Legacy of Kain Dead Son kind of had this Game of Thrones sort of aesthetic and dialogue to it. A lot of kind of a mature, gritty, kind of scumbag take on, you know, like a medieval fantasy or whatever. I was open to that. That could actually fit pretty damn well in the Soul Reaver universe. I know, you know, Soul Reaver has all this like flowery Shakespearean dialogue, but you got to keep in mind that most of our protagonists in the Legacy of Kain series have been nobles. You know, they have been, you know, highborn characters. So to go to like the common folk, you know, we can see some dialogue changes, and I was pretty open to that. You know, they're showing like they're showing boobs and stuff, and they're cussing. They're talking about male body parts and stuff like that in Dead Son. But you know, if you can keep the lore straight, I'm cool with it. Let's see where it goes. You know, it's not what I would want naturally from this series, but I'm open to it. But yeah, anything new with the series, I think makes a lot of the fans a bit leery. So, I'll be cautiously optimistic about the new vampire character. Less cautiously than most folk, but I think this will be like a sticking point. They really have to nail this character. Otherwise, it's gonna, you know, piss a lot of people off in the fandom, unfortunately. Yeah, but those are the main points I wanted to reach, because this was a very important paragraph, and I just skipped over it entirely in my announcement yesterday. Again, that was covered in the Nosgoth News Network's their video about it. Additionally, I did want to cover some of this information down here. I did briefly touch upon the people that are making it, the artists that are making it. I didn't name everybody, but I named most of them. But also this statement here is actually a pretty cool statement. So I wanted to cover this too, because this I think puts us in good hands here. So this is a statement by Viola, full name Joshua Viola. He's our writer here. In college, I created a Soul Reaver poster for a class project, never imagining I would one day officially contribute to the franchise, which is really cool. Even today, Raziel graces my tattoo sleeve, a testament to my deep connection with this universe, which I personally can understand. If I were to get a Legacy of Kain tattoo, if I were to get one years and years ago, it will for sure be Raziel. But I've become more and more of a Kain guy over the years, but Raziel was my guy. His design is super cool. You know, Raziel is what attracted me to the series to begin with. But nowadays I'd probably get either the Kain clan symbol or like a mixture of the Raziel and the Kain clan symbol, if anything, or any of the. Well, actually, I might as well tell you what I'm actually planning on getting. Because I actually do plan on getting a Soul Reaver tattoo. I plan on getting both health coils, the spectral and the material health coils on my biceps. And I was never a tattoo guy growing up, but you know, as I get older, for some reason I want a tattoo. Maybe it's a midlife crisis. But yeah, on each bicep, or more specifically on each shoulder, I plan on getting each health coil. So I'll speak more about that on my channel in the future. I'm designing in my head as we speak, then on paper. But he's also saying fans can expect a project infused with that same passion, working directly with creatives from Crystal Dynamics and reuniting with former collaborators makes this a truly special endeavor. So I don't know, this here is super exciting. Former collaborators. Could that be Amy Hennig? Could we be talking to her? Could we be talking to you know, some others? Daniel Kabuko. Who knows? This is a very exciting statement. So I glossed over all this stuff yesterday, so I did just want to kind of go over this as well. Again, I mentioned that there was the BackerKit, so definitely sign up for that, guys, just to show your interest. We definitely want them to know that we were interested, and quite a few people did join. Yesterday, I think when I first did it, it was up to 900 something. Once I signed up, now it's up to 2,000. So it's going up slowly, but I think this is good. I think this is really good. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to cover those statements in a bit more detail, because I think that stuff's really important. That gives us context in terms of what we can expect. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. So let me know in the comments below. Check out that Nosgoth News Network video. Again, they cover this in more detail than I did. They also cover the corporate side of things, some of the corporate moves and shakeups that affect this as well. But yeah, appreciate you guys for stopping by. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. I want you guys to take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Until next time, everybody, peace.